Hello everybody, how are you doing? First of all, just want to say well done for making it to day 10 on our meditation challenge. And if you haven't done all of them, that's fine, well done for doing the ones that you have. I hope you've enjoyed it, I hope you've got something from it. So we are going to do a special one tonight. This is the last one. This is Good Friday. We're going to do a much more creative one tonight. So get yourselves comfy and we'll just go with it and see where we end up and what happens. Okay? So sitting up nice and tall, closing your eyes. Let's take a few breaths out through the mouth. Letting go of the day you've had, whatever that day's been like. Allowing yourself to settle, allowing your energy to settle. And by now you're getting used to the routine. Sitting at a certain time, being in your space. And hopefully looking forward to this time where you get just to be. Be with yourself. Now let's start by connecting in again with practice of gratitude and appreciation. So please bring to mind 3 things that have happened today that you feel grateful for. And just either say them out loud or say them to yourself. What are those 3 things? The sun has been shining. Maybe someone's done a good deed for you today, or you for them. That's another thing to be very grateful for, the opportunity to be able to help somebody. Maybe you've had a good joke about something, a good laugh. Maybe you learned something new. And once you've done that, allow your attention to come to sit on the breath. And we'll just spend a couple of minutes together focusing on the breath. Normal breath, natural breath, don't do anything to the breath. Just watching it, witnessing the breath. I'm going to go on a journey. It's dawn. And you're walking. You're walking in beautiful countryside. On your left, there's a stream. And on your right, there's open fields. The light is soft, and you can see the colours, beautiful colours of springtime. The grass is green. There are bluebells, forget-me-nots, daffodils, primroses. It's really nurturing for your soul as you walk along this path. And you notice the way the light catches the dewdrops on the grass. And it's warm, but it's fresh. So you're aware of that slight chill in the air, but you're perfectly comfortable. You can feel the earth underneath your feet as you walk. You realise you're barefoot, and it feels really comfortable. The earth underneath your feet, moulding into your feet as you walk. The denseness, the compact nature of the earth, the soil, the nourishment. You feel very, very content as you walk along and you observe nature around you. You look into the stream, which starts to get bigger and wider, and you notice there are ducks, ducklings, a couple of swans a bit further down. You might even observe a heron. And you become aware of the sounds of the water, soft, gentle, splashing, flowing, sounds of the water. You become aware of the sounds of the rustle of leaves as the breeze tickles, whooshes past. And then, of course, the sounds of the birds. You keep walking and you start to really listen to the bird song. And you become aware of how different each song is. Some is very tuneful, some are very light, some are very chirrupy, some are strong and cawing. And you even can make out the sound of a woodpecker further along the path, because you can see further along there's some woods. Oh, how you're enjoying this walk. It's blissful. And then you look down and you see that you could actually cross the river. Because on the other side of the river, you can see in the distance this most magical looking building. It looks a bit like a castle, a bit like a temple. It looks very beautiful, very fine architecture. And you can hear the distant sound of chanting. And it looks magical. It could be made of crystal or marble. You can't quite make it out, but it seems to sparkle. And it seems to be white or light. It's almost as though it's made of light. You feel drawn to this place. But before you go, you notice that you've arrived just at the edge of the woods. You can see a beautiful oak tree just on the edge of the wood. And you're about to go and sit down next to the oak when you see just beyond the oak a face with eyes that are large and brown staring at you, and you realise it's a fawn, young deer. And she's stopped, but she doesn't look scared. She's just looking at you. And so you pause, you don't want to scare her. And you sit down where you are, feeling so blessed to be in this magical place. This fawn seems to be saying something to you, conveying something to you. And you realise that it's love and trust. And it's as though she's saying to you, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And then she goes. You feel fortified by this beautiful communication. And you remember across the lake, across the stream, the palace. I must go to the palace. This place, this magical place. And you realise you need to cross the water. How will you cross the water? You look down, could I swim? Perhaps there's a boat. And then you realise that in this place where you are, you could do anything, that anything is possible. You could take a long run and jump because you seem to be less physical than normal. You seem to be lighter than normal. You could conjure up a unicorn. There are so many ways that you could, if you allowed your imagination to do what it wanted to do. There are so many ways you could get to the other side. You could fly. You could just pop over there with your mind. How will you get there? How will you get there? Maybe someone will take you there. And then you allow yourself to go. And you realise that you've arrived on the other side. Here I am. Wow. Wow. Look at this place. It does seem to be made of light. I think it is light. And you realise there are some stairs, or what seem to be stairs. And so you start to walk up those stairs, or kind of lift up those stairs. Like you were levitating. And there's some huge doors, enormous doors in front of you. And you can hear that chanting. That chanting has got louder, but it's so hypnotic, so beautiful. This sound that's coming from within, coming from inside. You have to go and find the sound. And so you go in through these enormous doors and you are greeted by the sight of the biggest hall you've ever seen. And this hall is lined by enormous quartz crystals. And the light is bouncing off these crystals so that the whole of the hall is rainbow light. And there are rainbows within rainbows, within rainbows, within rainbows. It is stunningly beautiful. And so you walk in and you allow your body to completely absorb and rest in this light. You lie yourself down and lie and release. Drop your body down as you absorb the rainbow-coloured light, the rainbow body, the light body. Purifying, balancing, energizing, uplifting, healing. And then you realize, after a while, that you hadn't found the source of the sound, the chanting. And so you rise, you can still hear the sound. But actually, the sound seems to be leading you somewhere, and you realise that it's more ethereal and not physical. You realise you will not find people, because this is a place of spirit, consciousness. But you follow the sound to the back of the hall, and you realise at the back of the hall there's another door, but this is much smaller. And you go in to this door, opening the door. And this room is much smaller and darker. There's a light in the middle, a candle in the middle. And once your eyes get used to the darkness, you realise that this room is actually a library. The walls are covered in old books. They look so old, like they contain the history of the world. And then you remember, they do contain the knowledge and the history and the wisdom of the world. You've been here before. And you realise if you had something you wanted to know, you could find guidance in this place. So you ask your soul, what do I need to know now? What do I need to know now? And you walk around the books, observing, noticing the colours, the sound, the smell, until you find a book that draws you to it. You carefully take the book out. And you place it down on a small table, and you allow the book to fall open. And then you look down and you see in the book a phrase, a word, a picture, a moving image. Or perhaps you sense a feeling, an emotion, a memory, something in the body. And you realise this is the gift. The gift of your very inner being. And then you gently thank this library. You place the book carefully back. You leave the room. You walk back through the beautiful rainbow hall, out into the sunlight, down the steps. And then you just sit down And you find yourself back by the tree, the oak tree. Become aware of the form again, looking at you with her loving and knowing eyes. And then you become aware of yourself in your room. Become aware of your physical body. Become aware of your seat, your hands. You allow yourself to ground down through the sitting bones. And as you do, you just let your hands rise up with the palms facing forward. And we start to send our healing energy to the earth, to anybody we know who may need it. Just allowing that beautiful white light, seeing the earth in front of you. Breathing steadily. Allowing that Gaia Mother to glow the light, the healing light. Healing light to all sentient beings, to animals, to people, children, to the birds, to the land creatures, to those that crawl, those that swim, those that fly. To the rocks, to the earth, to the crystals, to the herbs. All lives matter because all life matters. Equal love, equal kindness, equal peace, all beings. See that earth, the Mother Gaia, glowing green and blue and light. And then let the hands come into the heart center. As the hands come in, you're bringing yourself back to yourself, integrating the journey that you've taken, allowing that healing energy to course through you. And so it is, inhaling. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Well done. We're going to do a 21-day challenge next, starting on Easter Monday, or whenever you like. Join us. Namaste.